Still turning, fuck you, please let us compete. We are like Thor, please let us compete. Let us compete, please. We are horrible at Microsoft. Let us compete.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. Or lost, we all know that we never really want to bond. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you
means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first-party output.
That's always been a hit on the company on that. Whenever I hear some criticism.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like I think we.
And so everything that we are doing with our content, with our
means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games.
Coming with me, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
And so everything that we are doing with our content, with our
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up.
Everything that we're doing with our content,
We're lost, we all know that we never really want to bond. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going
whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face.
#1
I'm taking
customer.
6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
As we said, our goal on Team Xbox is to bring you the world's best games. Meeting with developers, playing their games, and introducing you to their games, these are the best parts of my job. Back at E3 2017, when I first met with the legendary team at Smilegate, their approach to game design demonstrates sheer creative boldness. Next year, you'll discover the newest entry in this landmark franchise. On console, for the very first time,
Sir,
only on Xbox.
do we get to win this time?
This is Crossfire X. And introducing you.
Grinders Roundup. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Mic check 1 2. Yes, Stealth Drop Friday, Grindhouse Fridays. How's everybody doing? I figured, you know what? Let's just go live. There's so much crap going on. My goodness, the Twitterverse is just, dude. For every good move, there's like 5 bad moves.
Do we get to win this time?
No, you don't. Thank you, Geo Knows. Shout out to all the grinders as you come on in, share out the video, because this is definitely impromptu. So put the grind sign up and get them on in. The Grindhouse is open. What's up, yeah, boy, Nick? Geo Knows. Yes, I saw your tweet. We get to win. RP Gaming. What's up? You know, Jez knew I didn't have anything to listen to at work, so I opened the Grindhouse. No problem, man. It's open. Where's my doors? Where are the doors? There they are. And so this is with you all day, guys. You're like, I'm like, Grindhouse is open. The fires are burning. Double Vok Ice Queen, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, boy, Wizard. How you doing, Ryan? Nassim. Yes, Grinds. Digital Foundry of Clowns, says Nassim. Oh my goodness, yes. How you doing, Rami? How you doing? Yes, hit that like button, grinders. Hit them. Spread it out. Spread the news. VIP Grinder. How you doing, Ice Queen Gaming? Nick, get to the rooftops. Rooftop parties. Use those awesome emojis. We got them. I'm gonna have to do a rooftop party emoji. Phil Spencer is I heard from the chat, from the Grindhouse insiders, they said that Phil Spencer is scaling back the rooftop parties now. They will be just cheese and crackers. And some people said, hold the cheese, and then they'll be just choking on the crackers. Oh my goodness. No drinks. He said no more drinks, no more. The only beverage that will be served will be doses of Phil Ness. That's it. That's it. Dude, I don't know, Ryan. Don't ask for him. Use those emojis. Yo. So anyway. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Where to begin? Well, as you've seen, the title of the video. And I've had some videos like this. Actually, 7 months ago, I said, Sony is saying time's up. And that was with the rollout of Horizon, Forbidden West, and God of War. And now the financials have released. And you know, the sad thing is here is that since E3 seems to be incognito, we don't know what's going on with E3, but we know that the big three are not going to be there. You know, the only kind of times to measure how each one is doing and how each one's message is working is the financials. It's sad state of gaming right now. Like, this competition is really hard to assess. Well, who's making the better business decisions? Who's showing success in the gaming? We know from the games that we're playing. But again, that's very opinionated. That's just basically how we feel. But how does the outside of this community, Twitterverse, Grindhouse, like how does everybody else feel? And that's where these financials come into play to kind of show you where the business is going and what seems to be a favorable
You're my
decision.
number one customer.
Especially when we heard for years that subscription gaming, games as a service, you don't need to own it's all about content and this and cloud, content and cloud, and subscriptions and cloud and subscriptions and content. And it was all about this. And I was like, what about just some great ass games? Why are we compromising for these services and stuff like that? It doesn't look like it's working. Oh no, it's working. Trust me. Phil said it is. Okay. He told me at E3 when he signed my ass. This is what we're talking about here. Like, it's not about the games, because if it's about the games, then those that are making great games should be doing well. And the financials show that. It shows who's making better business decisions, who's focusing on the right things for their customers. And that's what we're going to look at. In addition to all the stuff that's going on in the background, the canceled projects, the studios shifting and pivoting, and all this stuff. And now our great games that were hyped up on lists are not even seeing their 1-year anniversary. And I'm going to start us off with a question, but you don't need to answer it. What are we doing here? And we will go and begin. And shout out to everybody. Dude, I saw the Fernando. You got to get that vibrato in there. When he says his name, he says it proudly. We may never find out what happened to Fernando. That's sad. We waited a whole 10-hour campaign to find out the dude's name. And now, where does he go? We don't know. The campaign is dead. We don't know. We spent a whole game to find out this dude's name. That rattled your bells. Spent a whole game to find out this dude's name. We don't even know what's going on. These are critical issues that people seem to be glossing over. That's right. Gas is running out of gas. That is right. Gas is running out of gas. Oh, man, pause that one. Oh, shit. Like, this is what is going on. Because it seems like it's dying from the inside out. Like, things are just not going where they should be. And let me get to the super chats. Shout out Ice Cream Game with the VIPs. We're going to go to the VIP. We're going to see what Herman Holtz is partying over there. Subtext with the 5. He goes, Phil loves to make fake math. Halo Infinite has 20 players. Crossfire X had 650 million players that will light up Xbox. Dude, those numbers are coming straight out of his friend Booty Hole. Thank you so much, Subtext with the $5. Yes. And that's a point that I made on Salty's show last night. When we look at these financials, we see the percentages. Microsoft's just making up some friggin' numbers. Like I said, I took 3 steps. I took 1 step today and 3 steps tomorrow. That is a 300% increase in my steps. I could just tell you, I walked 300% more yes, tomorrow than today. I'm going to walk 300% more. You don't know what the number line is. With Sony's, you're seeing the percentages, but you're also seeing the numbers. You're seeing how much, where they're starting at, and what the number is. And that's the thing. Microsoft's just flexing percentages. And they're not even flexing them. They got a big ass minus sign in front of them. And the numbers are there. Sony should follow Microsoft. That's what they said. Game Pass is the future. Nobody wants to pay for $70 games. Microsoft is consumer friendly with $60 games. We don't see a need to increase our prices. Phil, you know what? Shut up. Because now you look the fool. You try to use it as a PR opportunity to say we're not increasing our prices. We're not increasing. We don't see the need to increase our console. Trying to jump on the bandwagon of Sony doing it. And then you wind up doing it. We don't see the need. Well, our games are $60 as of now. This is $60. And then right before the Game Awards, they're all going to 70. Hell, Redfall. Don't get me grinded today, man. Oh, me, I will get grinded today. Redfall. People were criticizing Horizon Forbidden West's animations of her jumping off the tall neck, seeing as they're being reused, and saying that it was not a $70 game because they're reusing animations. And then, look at that Redfall game. No goddamn shadows. Cartoon Draculas. It basically, I think they took inspiration from Sony's Transylvania with the goddamn cartoon vampires. No shadows. And basically, cartoon vampires. Red paint or blood. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Bruh. And that's a $70 game. Hell, it's a $100 game if you want two
You're my number one customer.
Characters. They're gonna heroes, they call them. $100. And guess what? You could play it 3 days early. Out of Game Pass, you bet. You bet. Out of Game Pass.
You just made the list.
You just made the list. Stonewall VIP Grinder. 5 months. What's up, JJ's? Grinders, have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Stonewall. Thank you for being a VIP grinder. We're going to go celebrate them in just a bit. And shout out Twisted Sync with the 5. What is he saying? I've been with Arcane Studios since Arc Fatalis. And then making Redfall always online made me blood boil. WTF are we doing here? Microsoft and Arcane. Yes, that came out too. It was going to require online for the single player campaign. That came up. That was something. But shout out, since Twisted Sync brought that up, you know what? I will just show the thing right here. Because thanks for this thing for your super chat. This was I won't talk, but it all kind of blends into everything. Yeah, so I'll share this right here. So yeah, so Redfall will always require an online connection for single player as well as co-op. It'll require a Bethesda.net account, and Redfall will require account linking with your Steam and Xbox ID, because that's right, they got to get your information, because that's what it's about. It's about the information. And Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy single player game does not have an online or co-op gameplay. Doesn't require it. So single player, why does Redfall need a single player on? Remember, and the reason why this comes up, people go, it's not a big deal, right? Well, it was a big deal when Gran Turismo 7 did it. And people are like, but it's a racing game. Why do we need to be online for a racing game? And then it was a big deal. But Redfall doing it, it's not a big deal. Yeah, no. Hey, no, thank you, Matt Martin. Thank you. Try doing it a little earlier so like more people around the globe. The Grindhouse is global now. We're global. Get more people in. But you know, the other issue is the progress carrying over, and that was something that I brought up on Monday's show. Was the fact that this whole 3-day early thing is going to segment the market already. So those people waiting for Game Pass, if you have somebody paying $100, their progress is going to be ahead of you. Are they going to jump on with you when the game launches? The progress doesn't carry over. And that was the fallacy of State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 didn't have the story progression and missions progression with the co-op. It defeated the whole sense of the co-op of the game because all you did was collect valuables. You didn't progress the game at all. You completing a mission did not check off the mission in your game. Instead, it checked it off the host. And the incentive for co-op, it's not there. You could go back to videos back then in State of Decay 2. That was a huge problem. And it's not day one anymore, C-Fresh. Now pay $100 and get it 3 days before. And I talked about this on Monday's show with them saying it's okay. Well, Monday or Friday, it was like, oh, it's okay because Forza did it. Well, that's a racing game. This game is a co-op progression game. And your progression doesn't carry over. And you're giving people who bought the game 3 days before Game Pass. Well, the reason why you pay $15 a month is for day one. Not day one. You're not getting the 3 day early. Jedi Survivor, Don John said that delayed 4 to 5 days before Redfall. And then guess what? Redfall, and then right after that, a week later, it comes Zelda. You got Jedi Survivor and Zelda right between Redfall. Guys, we're going to be hearing this song a lot today.
Let us compete! Let us compete!
Yeah. They need to compete. Let it compete. Please. Uh-huh. See, that's what I mean. You have a gem in that hi-fi rush. But the world is crumbling down around everything that people were hyped for. Though people believe that the Xbox comeback of the year, the Rocky Balboa of Xbox, swinging those haymakers. Well, they're swinging that air with their pants down at their knees. They are incompetent. They're I don't know how they pushed out Hi-Fi Rush out the door, stealth drop it, and it does that. Like, how is that functional when the rest of it is dysfunctional? And nobody asked that question. They're like, well, wait a second, Microsoft, this Hi-Fi thing is it's a good taste, but like, how come with all your studios you haven't done this with Ninja Theory? Like, what's going on? What's going on, dude? We don't know. We don't know. So we're going to pop up these financials here. But first, we got to go celebrate the VIPs. Oh, damn. Here they are. Yo. It's party time. Thank you to the VIPs. Herman Holtz, Quality Splits, partying, doing his thing. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Herman, Quality Splits. Thank you, VIP Grinds, for everything you do. You want to be a VIP Grinder, hit that join button and get those emojis. And I'm going to be having some more perks coming for the VIPs. We got them, Herman Holtz Splits. You know them. I'm going to make some new emojis in the next coming week. I'm excited for the emojis that I didn't make. Oh, they're pause. But thank you again to the VIP Grinders partying with the Hermans. Quality Splits. Keep that booster, keep that refrigerator, keep those Xbox donuts. Keep Bootleg Joel outside. Don't let him in with the quality of the partying with the VIP Grinders. Thank you again, VIPs. Now I got to take my potty voice off. I think. Hello? Yes. Potty voice is off. Now we get down to business. Let's get down to business. Let's do it. It's Friday. And Saturday, Sunday. Friday, then it's Saturday, Sunday, ooh. It's Friday day, ooh. It's Saturday, Sunday, ooh. It's Friday day, ooh. It's Saturday, Sunday, ooh. So, money, 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 money. Let's go. It's remix time, baby. It's remix time. Let's go. What was that? Holy crumb buns. I saw a song. What to do? Ooh. Yeah, I saw something.
You're my number one customer.
Number one customer. Huh? I got him. Hold on. Tom Warren reporting it. Maniolis with the 2. He goes, Xbox is back, my ass. What's up, Jez? Yo, what's up, Maniolis? Shout out to you in the Twitterverse. I see you out there. Phil, that's Peppa Pig. Oh, damn. So, we basically had a mini E3 this week with the financials. So, we saw the devastating financials of Microsoft last week. We'll recap what those things are. But let's see how PlayStation did. And I think it's even better that Mr. Tom Warren, Mr. Xbox himself, is putting the spin on the quarter 3 earnings. So let's see. 7.1 million shipments over the holiday quarter for a massive 82% year over year. Ooh. What's up, Link? How you doing, man? 46.4 million PlayStation Plus subscribers, down 4%. Uh-oh. 112 million monthly active users on the PlayStation Network. PlayStation software units down 7%, but revenue up. Dude, that is a biased Xbox fan showing the financials. Let's see the real financials. Let's see them. So, Tom Warren, get out of my feet. Get out of my face. Here we go. So we got the charts. Look at this, guys. Look. Numbers. We got to see real numbers. Isn't this in shock? Are you in shock? Look. Let's take a look at how the console's doing. Time's up. Console. Holy crumb buns. Look at this. Quarter 3 of last year was 3.9. It's 7.1. Jesus, millions. See how you see the number and then the number? You see? Numbers. So then you can see the percentage growth. No, the numbers. Monthly active users. This is what PlayStation's, right? These are what PlayStation's, right? PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, 112 active users. Now, let me think something here. Because Sony doesn't have a network that you log into, because I haven't bought anything on Steam. Grinders, you could correct me if I'm wrong. But Sony doesn't have you log into their PlayStation network to play Death Stranding or Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man was the first. I think Spider-Man was the first that you sign in with a PlayStation account for Spider-Man, I think it was. But given that, 112, and then they show you how many people are PlayStation Plus subscribers. 46 million out of that. You don't even get that kind of breakdown with Xbox. It's like, no, Game Pass is up. Up from what? You know what? This is up right here. Look, 104 to 111. Look, this is down, 105 to 4. Like, we don't know the measurement of what up and down is. See, you could be like, hey, look, if I'm just looking at this bottom line, I could be like, look, this is down, this is up, this is down, this is up, this is down, this is up. You know, it's a lot different going from 103 to 102 as opposed to go 102 to 112. Do you see the difference? And that's right, Twisted saying 30% of the base is brand new to the PlayStation economy, which means is like, where are they coming from? Are they coming from the PC guys who are enjoying the games and want maybe to buy sequels to the games? You know, playing Horizon, I want the sequel to Horizon. Or is it Xbox players jumping ship, as Matt Martin might say? I could agree. You know, could be that too. What can it be? These new players. Could it be the movies that they're putting out that people are interested in the franchise because they're respecting the IP? They said there was a huge growth, and that's not even including this. You listen, Last of Us, the TV show, is flexing Last of Us Part 1, and they just announced that at the end, coming in March. They're going to do, I think this month or next month, it's coming to PC. Dude, they're riding on that Last of Us hype train. That TV show is becoming a phenomenon. And it's drawing in. They said there's like a 300% increase in the Last of Us Part 1. That TV show is bringing in more people, more stuff. This is what's going on. Oh, 30%. Okay, gotcha. It was 30%. Thank you for the clarification, Don John. But like the thing is that you see actual numbers. You see, what I'm trying to say is like when you just see 20%, 10%, we don't know what the number is on Xbox side. We just know the percentage up and down. And you can see, this is how Microsoft reports it. Look at the difference. This is Microsoft's reporting of gaming, and this is Sony's reporting of gaming. Gaming revenue declined 13%. Xbox content and services revenue declined 12%. And I don't know, they always put this line in here. First-party content and lower monetization of third-party content. That line is standard. It's copy and paste every month. You see that every year. Every month, every quarter. They have the same line in there. Because it's hilarious that they keep that in there because there's quarters where they had no first-party releases, but they still say declines in first-party content. Like, dude, it's a standard line. They copy and paste it every quarter in there. That line is always in there. And it doesn't make sense because some quarters they don't release a first-party game. And partially offset by the growth of Game Pass subscriptions. Well, didn't Phil say that when we talked about this last week, didn't Phil say Game Pass has kind of reached its plateau on Xbox because most of the people signed up have the real growth now is on PC Game Pass? He's done. And Xbox hardware revenue declined 13%. This is where the cookie crumbles. So software ups and downs and stuff like that, we're not talking about that just yet. But you look here, Xbox hardware revenue declined 13%. 2 years into the console cycle. Two brand new consoles, mind you. And you're seeing declines of 13%. And the other thing is that the Series S has been in stock. That's the thing that's been in stock since the pandemic. So that not being in stock is not an issue why it declined. It's been in stock. And then the X has been in stock. Why are these declining? The supply is there, but not the demand. Because there's no games to play on it. You could play their games everywhere. They've been telling you who cares about the console. Well, there it is. And on top of that, yes, Nick, they had the sale. They had a $200, $250 with a $50 gift card at Target for $200, a fire sale for the Series S throughout the whole holiday from Black Friday all the way to January. So your newest console, 2 years in, has already been discounted $100 to $200. Hell, I don't even think the OG Xbox One was discounted that quickly. But they dropped that Series S down to $200. And you're still you're declining? Down 13% year over year? We're not talking about the middle of goddamn July, everybody. We're talking about the Christmas holiday. Actually, this holiday was bigger because this was kind of the real, finally, everybody was open, the masks and everything was kind of back to normal, knock on wood, back to normal. This was the closest we have been to a real holiday season. Last year was restricted. The year before was crazy. It was online. Now, people were in stores buying stuff. People were online. People were ready to get out there and buy stuff. And you know what they bought. They bought themselves some PlayStations. I think we need to talk about, it's not PlayStation anymore. It's PlayStations. It's like that fancy, rich, the French, the PlayStation. They're spending their money on quality. A little bit of ragu, French, PlayStation. You're not this cockbox. Yes, you see it. There's a sway. There's a breeze in the wind. And Xbox, I hate to say it, but guess what? I told you, you didn't listen to us at the Grindhouse. You didn't listen. I said you are on borrowed time. And I see all these clowns. Oh, take your time on Halo. Take your time. Oh, a delayed game is a better game. Yeah, that's not a Microsoft quote. That is actually a Shigeru Miyamoto quote talking about Nintendo products. So that quote does not fit in the Xbox world, okay? As we've seen. We've seen that take your time. A delayed game is a better game. No. That phrase, that grinders, if you agree with me, hit that like button. That phrase doesn't work in the Xbox world. That is Miyamoto, the genius behind Zelda and Mario, saying that. A Nintendo quality product, a delayed game is a better game. That is from Nintendo. Your quote, Xbox, is more with less. And we're sorry. And it's on me. And I apologize. And let me sign your ass at FanFest. Those are your quotes. They're filled with a bunch of I'm sorries. It's on me. It will come later. Day one guns. Those are Xbox quotes. Did you get Oreos with that? Come by our refrigerator. Does your controller get cold? Question mark. Buy some cozies for your control. Those are Xbox quotes. Nintendo could say a delayed game is a better game. And a bad game is lasts forever. What the hell he said? That quote doesn't apply to Xbox. Okay, so we're clear there, right? And if we need exhibit A, B, C, and D, well, I got Halo right there for you. Yes, another quote, Umar. We're excited for the games we didn't show. Those are Xbox quotes. Wait till E3. Exactly. Umar's coming up with all of them. Wait till E3. Those are quotes that Xbox has. Or most powerful console. We heard you, console. You have tons of quotes. Those are the quotes that you should be using on Xbox Twitter. You got quotes. Those are your quotes. A new console launch doesn't need games, Compost Swift. The grinders are on it, man. It's Friday. They're dropping these Xbox quotes all over the place. Keep your hype in check, Maniolis. Yes, exactly. These are the quotes. Temper expectations before the show. These are the quotes. Yes. Not delayed games are better games. That quote doesn't work for Xbox. It eats monsters for breakfast. Another one. I got another great quote from Phil. Great games like God of War, Halo, Peppa Pig. Oh, Jesus. Talk about that quote. Talk about crazy-ass games. The Claymores with the 5 Canadian. He goes, for Xbox, a delayed game is a game that's been internally rebooted 3 times due to mismanagement. There you go. The word rebooted. That is an Xbox vocabulary. I'm glad we came together for an afternoon vocabulary and quote lesson. Those are Xbox quotes. We're all in on gaming and then shutting down studios. I'll make up for Street Fighter V. We're canceling Scalebound. The Xbox quotes. If we lose our way with Halo, we lose our way with Xbox. That's an Xbox quote. Tempered expectations. There you go. But yeah. A delayed game is not a better game. So if I see any Xbox Twitter people using that, go talk to Halo. Because there you go. And everything else. Redfall was delayed. See, the difference is that when you look at the Sony delayed game, Sony delays games. Of course they do. But when the game comes out, it doesn't look like a delayed game at all. It looks like they took their time.
You're my number one customer.
You know, the funny thing is when Halo was delayed a year, I remember in January, you heard it here first, according to some Xbox podcasts, it was just for spit, shine, and polish. That's what they needed to follow up that statement. And they're saying the same thing. Oh, I talked to people. Starfield is fully playable from beginning to end. They're just putting on the polish on it. Polish. Oh, it's delayed. Yeah, they missed the launch date. It's delayed. They're just putting the polishes on Halo Infinite. It's just spit shine. They kind of put a couple more leaves on those trees that don't move. Like I said, what are we doing here? Fable rebooted, Bootleg Studios working on Perfect Dark. We said it all before. They need help? What? Quadruple A's. They got plenty of A's. Bootleg Studios is coming out to help them because they know how to make first-person shooters with Microsoft IP that Rare is sitting there twiddling their thumbs saying, hey, we need help with Sea of Thieves. Come over here, Lucid Games. The game is only 6 years old. We need Lucid Games to come help us with Sea of Thieves. Why are you asking help from Lucid Games 6 years into the goddamn life cycle of Sea of Thieves? Why do you need help? Why do you need help? On Sea of Thieves needs help 6 years in? Come on now. But look at the real numbers. Look at these real numbers here. Look at this. Look at these software numbers. Look at these numbers. They almost half their entire year, the year before, in one quarter. This is what I see when you see numbers. See, everybody doesn't want to talk about NPDs. I love it. The Xbox goes, Hi-Fi is the most sellable game. Oh, it's beating out Forspoken. Oh, this is incredible because they're looking at a Steam sales chart. Then when NPDs come out, the first thing we're going to see is where is Hi-Fi Radio? Is it on NPDs? Even is it on Xbox NPDs? And when Hi-Fi Radio is maybe don't make it, we're going to go, well, it's in Game Pass. You're talking about sales. You're not talking about Game Pass. Because I see these people go, it's selling great. It's selling more than Forspoken. Okay. I expect it to be number one on NPDs. Can't wait. If it's there, it's there. That's great. But when it's not there, I don't want to hear, NPDs don't. See, that's because nobody's sharing numbers like Sony is. Microsoft's not sharing any numbers. So we got to use what we got. NPDs and sales and their revenue, and their stuff. This is not good business. It doesn't matter if it's a physical. Yeah, it's not a physical game. That counts digital. Oh, okay. Steam is sales. Those are not physical. But look, this is not good. For a Game Pass service that's supposed to be growing and getting bigger and better so they could get bigger and better games, it should not be down. The Series S, which is supposed to bring in more customers to Game Pass, should not be down. It's a low price console to bring in new customers. Oh, the S is going to be the real sneaky thing to go against PlayStation.
I am still burning. Fuck you, please let us compete. We are like Forthor. Let us compete. Let us compete, please. We are horrible. Like Microsoft. Let us compete.
Now where the real rubber hits the road. Here you go. Xbox hardware down 13%. Content and services down 12%. Total gaming revenue down 13%. Microsoft got all the money in the world. Who cares, right? PlayStation, PS hardware up 46%. And that's with them winning NPDs in the year prior, too. This is not like Sony's been not selling and all of a sudden they're selling. Sony's been selling PlayStations. Hell, they just announced 35 million have been sold. 34, 35? They upped the number from they just announced in January. Network and services, Sony bad services, Microsoft good services. Up 19%. And that's with the rollout of their new PlayStation Plus. With giving better games than Game Pass. Yeah. Even better day one. Even beating day one games from Game Pass. Total gaming revenue, 53%. Who's listening to their customers? Who? That's simple math right here. Who is listening to their customers in gaming? Who's listening to their gaming customers? That's the question I pose on this Friday afternoon. Who's listening to their gaming customers? This guy.
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Now drop.
Is it that guy? Does he know what the gamers want? Is it him? Because I need to know. Is it him? Does he know what the gamers want? Is it him? Is it this guy?
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there.
2019, I always play that. 2019, we haven't done our best work in the last few years. That's him in 2019, admitting that Xbox first party sucks and they haven't been good. In 2019, what was that? I keep saying
when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years.
The last few years. So tell me, since 2019, when he stated that, has it got better? This is what I need an answer on. Has it got better? In 2019, he heard you. I hear you. I hear you. We haven't done our best in the last few years. That's after buying studios. He said it. That's 2019 interview, quote from him. And think about, since then, what he released. What? Halo Infinite? The biggest travesty in gaming right now. Has he heard you? This doesn't, like he said, we haven't done our best. You said it. In 2018, you're like, Xbox needs to invest in first party. Oh, they bought all these studios. And has it been better? Has quality improved? Has he done better? No. Hi-Fi Rush saved Xbox. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Exactly. Yeah, it saved it. You need about 50,000 Hi-Fi Rushes. And what questions it? What questions that is like, if they can do a Hi-Fi Rush, then where the hell is it? But he said in 2019, we haven't done our best, not this year, the last few years. 2018, 2017. Yeah, ever since Halo 5 dropped, they have dropped the ball. Sea of Thieves, State of Decay. The only thing that stood quality was Forza, but even that had some issues with you know, microtransactions and the gift boxes in Forza 7 that came out. Having the whole thing with the randomness of getting cars. That had some negative stuff to it. But quality-wise, it's fine. But you're talking about Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, Crackdown 3, post this comment. Even Gears 5. Gears 5 campaign had glitches in it. Gears used to be the smoothest thing. Like, no way would I think Gears 5 will have somebody teleport. I remember playing the campaign and having all glitches. Kate didn't follow me and all the, or they got, Dom got stuck in the, Marcus got stuck in the wall. And now after buying publishers and stuff like that, you're seeing, look at Redfall. Does that look like does that look like it's coming from a manager, a head of Xbox that knows what quality is? Look at Redfall, dude. What are you going to say? Well, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It was Bethesda. Bleeding Edge, Battletoads. Listen, for a person that knows quality.
We said our goal on Team Xbox is to bring you the world's best games. Meeting with developers, playing their games, and introducing you to their games. These are the best parts of my job. Back at E3 2017, when I first met with the creators of this next game, They shared their
Wait, back in 2017, these world-renowned creators
ambition to bring their massively popular game with its passionate community of 650 million PC players.
650 million PC players. All right, Phil, you make a console, okay? Let me hear that. Okay. Sounds good. Who can this be?
To the entire world. I'm happy to announce our partnership with the legendary team at Smilegate. Their approach to game design demonstrates sheer creative boldness. Next year, you'll discover the newest entry in this landmark franchise. On console, for the very first time, only on Xbox.
And the very last time, as of today. Oh, wait, well, Phil, I forgot the punchline.
On console, for the very first time, only on Xbox. This is Crossfire X.
World premiere.
What happened? World premiere, first time on console. Listen. Goddamn flute. Yes, I goddamn played that flute. I'll play it again, goddamn Phil Ness. That was him. He was in the crowd. He was doing crowd. Phil Ness was in the crowd, man. He was like this. He was talking about Smilegate. He was like, world-renowned Smilegate. Where is he? Where's world-renowned Smilegate, Phil? Where are you? Where's the flute? Where is he? World-renowned Smilegate. Where are you? Oh, hey, he thinks about quality games. Hey, talk about downgrades. There you go. There's Redfall before and Redfall after. What are we doing here? When I think about Xbox, I think about... Oh, okay, thanks. World-renowned Smilegate. Flute. What happened? Crossfire X will be ending the services as of May 18th, 2023. It will no longer be sold on the Xbox Store. Purchases will be made. So wait, I need more info on this because, excuse me, if to my understanding of the Gaming Grindhouse, to my understanding, this Crossfire X, to my understanding, Crossfire X was a multiplayer beta that came out 2 years ago, that nobody played. It was horrible. But the main thing was the campaign made by Remedy.
You heard me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
You know, made by Remedy. That was the big thing. And that came out. And unfortunately, you know, the sad thing is that that game came out last year. To incredible. It was on everybody's hype list. It was on everybody's hype list. The Crossfire X. Right after 2 years ago, the Game Awards, it was on Smooth's. It was on everybody's hype list. And it came out in March, if you didn't know. It came out in March. To a most incredible 38 Metascore. You know, the same people that are celebrating the meta for Hi-Fi Radio, and saying about Xbox games have been all in the green and the green wave is coming. Yeah, this game, campaign made by Remedy. A whopping 22 people reviewed it. And 38 people, 38, not 38 people, 38, a whopping 38. And what's so sad about this is, grinders, if you listen closely to these shows, this was a Grindadamus thing right there. Oh, you needed to see this thing. Because if you recall, this game was a Grindhouse Award winner. Do you remember that? Do you remember the Grindhouse Awards? It was a Grindhouse Award winner of biggest first-party game and lowest Metacritic value. Where can I find it? Can I find it here? I don't know if I have my Grindhouse Awards. I might have erased my Grindhouse Award. But it was a Grindhouse Award winner. I think this is it. Here it is. This is it. Here it is. Look at this Grindhouse. The Grindhouse never forgets. It was right here, if you recall. Wait, let me move this. Here it was. You forget the Grindhouse Awards. It was the worst console exclusive game hyped up by Phil Spencer in the crowd at E3. Holy crap, there it is. Worst console exclusive game hyped up by Phil Spencer in the crowd at E3. It is Crossfire X. It won. Play me a song. Play me a song. It won an award, bitch.
Games, I don't know where they are, but I can sign your back right above your crack. Do you have a pen and spoon in the sun? I'm waiting on what's bitch.
Crossfire X. I'm Phil's winning awards, bitch. This is the Grindhouse Awards. We heard it here. This came in. Look. And then look, the most anticipated co-developed game. Remember these awards? Well, Crossfire, I hate to see you go, but please enjoy the Grindhouse Award for the worst console exclusive game hyped up by Phil Spencer in the crowd at E3. Thank you again. You will be remembered, Crossfire X. You will be remembered.
Xbox's hands of OSS first development. My name is Matt Booty. Here is your coffee order. 2 creams, 1 sugar.
We acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. We represented. We gave it an award.
You just made the list.
We gave it an award. Oh, Jesus. VIP Grinder. You could always count on him. You could always count on him. Gio knows gaming. He knows gaming. I bet you Crossfire Sierra Squad on PSVR 2 lasts longer and gets more support than Crossfire X did. Boom. Mic drop on that one. Hell yeah, dude. I believe so. But it's winning awards, bitch. So, Phil, it's winning awards, bitch. So, what are we doing here? Well, there it is. Now, the crazy part of this whole shenanigans is that the campaign is also going away. So, I can see the trash-ass multiplayer going away. It was in beta for over 2 goddamn years. But the campaign, Crossfire X support, along with no additional content, the servers are closing. Access to Remedy's single-player operations is also being removed. Dude, they're wiping this game off the face of the goddamn earth. It is like, end. Hear this, shenanigans. Hear this. Those who have purchased anything within the last 14 days are eligible for refunds.
Yes, I would like to have a refund. Yes, I would like to have a refund.
They're eligible for refunds. Crossfire X. Listen, Grinders, you got to hit that. You got to understand this. This is Remedy. Remedy's like, you know what? We want this trash. We don't want our name in your mouth. That's what they said. We don't want our name in your mouth, Xbox. We don't want that Crossfire X trash on our portfolio. We're Remedy Games. We're getting ready for Alan Wake 2. And I don't want people to go look and say, hey, what's the last game that Remedy made? Oh, not Control. Crossfire Bootleg X. Oh, shit. You mean Ass X? You mean Assfire X? You mean Assfire? Yeah, Assfire. You know, Assfire X. We made that game. A whopping 38 on Metacritic. You know what? Wipe it clean. We don't want that shit to be out there.
Relax. You've been erased.
It gone. Remedy's like, get my name out of your goddamn mouth.
It's getting late. I got a parade to go to. And I've yet to see a sign of this supposed Turboman doll.
They're refunding you. You refund.
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
The campaign is gone. You know Hearts on Fire? We got Ass on Fire, Strong Desire. That's what we're doing. We're doing Rocky 4, bitch. Ass is on fire. Assfire X is gone. Power wash that shit.
Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on? It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. What? They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Do something. Released in February 2022. Guys, we're not even a year in. For Xbox One and Series X, guess what? The reason why it won a Grindhouse Award, because guess what, guys? It was the only goddamn game that was a console exclusive. Those words haven't come out of my mouth since 2015. A console exclusive. This is the one game that Microsoft collaborated with that made this thing that was not on PC. It was only made for Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X. And actually, Crossfire X campaign wasn't put into Game Pass until a month before in January, where they announced Crossfire X. It was going to be a paid standalone game, not in Game Pass. I made videos on it. There was the only game that Microsoft was making as a console exclusive, not on PC, not on mobile, not on cloud. It was a console exclusive. World premiere. Yes, it was a console exclusive that wasn't in Game Pass until January, when they made an announcement going, it's coming to Game Pass. Probably because they knew it was going to be Assfire X. I don't know. But it was a month before they put it in Game Pass. It wasn't a Game Pass game before that. Then they threw it in Game Pass. It was the only console. It wasn't on PC, wasn't on cloud, wasn't on your Samsung TV. It was only on Xbox. Only on, remember those terms? Holy Jesus. It's like, you know what, Sonny? I remember back in the day when they used to make games that just said only on Xbox. Oh, those were the days, little honey. Those were the days. I was a young lad on those days. I remember it used to look at a box and it would say only on Xbox. It was an Xbox exclusive. Woo! I tell you right, it wasn't everywhere on the cloud and all that. Dude, those were like the old days. It was 5-6 goddamn years before we ever said an Xbox console exclusive. And now, the one Xbox console exclusive they ever had is being kiboshed.
Get your mother, please.
It's gone. They released 2 single-planet campaigns, or they call them operations, by Remedy. The multiplayer was free to play, with plenty microtransactions. On release, the campaigns were heavily criticized, with many regarding the entire package as one of the worst games of last year.
This is not worth it.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
cold pop. And then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
It is being
Relax. You've been erased.
erased from memory, from the service, from everything.
Game over.
What are we doing here? How can they just get rid of the campaign? It hasn't even been a year yet. So now we're seeing this game launched in Game Pass. Phil said, Game Pass makes everything better. People buy games. This game launched in Game Pass and it's gone. The campaign is being removed. Incredible. And this was the only Xbox console exclusive. Time's up, dude. What do we saw the financials. You saw the downfall. You see Sony going up and Microsoft going down. And now let's look at how the house is crumbling around Xbox. You remove an entire campaign and make the announcement not even a year later from its launch. Why? Everybody's like, it's a trash game. Yeah, it was on your list before it was trash, though. This is good news, right? I don't understand this. And this was this is a direct hit against Xbox because this was the only Xbox game. So it's showing you. When Phil, what was that? What was that?
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't.
And people are like, well, it's not first party. Well, I would say that this is analogous to a deal like with Forspoken or with Final Fantasy 16 and with Stray and with Kena. These are these second party deals that you don't make a lot of, and I could maybe see why. But what's crazy is I understand you're not going to support the multiplayer anymore, but you're removing the campaign. Access to that campaign, don't buy it anymore. We're going to refund it if you buy it.
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
Wipe that. They're doing a Will Smith to this game. They're like, keep Crossfire X out of your goddamn mouth. Remedy wants this shit wiped clean.
Put this thing away. This is not worth it.
They want it gone. That's some shady ass shit right there. That's like, oh, damn. Then, and this clown, he's been talking about this game since when?
Meeting with developers, playing their games, and introducing.
You did? Uh-huh. A what? A what? You did?
Our goal on. As we said, our goal on Team Xbox is to bring you the world's best games.
Humana, who? Did he? What? Did he just say to bring the world's best games? That's his job, right, Phil? What is it?
Games to our platform, because in the end, I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
they
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
meeting with developers, playing their games,
he played it,
and introducing you to their games, these are the best parts of my job.
He said it right there.
Back at E3 2017.
Wait, E3 2017. This was 2019. He did this. So he's been talking about Crossfire X since 2017. How much money? How long do you see? Do you see the waste of time? Years. Like this boggles my mind. Years. You see the time? 2017, talking about this game. It releases last year, and it didn't even last a year on his goddamn console. That's a problem. His assessment of games and what people want, it's not there. That's why their revenue numbers are down.
Put that cookie down now!
I got you, Jacob. I got you.
When I first met with the creators of this next game, they shared their ambition to bring their massively popular game with its passionate community of 650 million PC.
A PC, look at this shit in the background. A PC Legend comes to Xbox One in 2020. Well, we know 2020 was a bad thing. So COVID, I guess. 2022, so 2 years after this, it came. But a PC Legend, nonetheless.
PC players to the entire world. I'm happy to announce our partnership with the legendary team at Smilegate.
Who?
Their approach to game design demonstrates
Nobody clapped.
sheer
Who?
creative boldness. Next year, you'll discover the newest
Sheer creative boldness. They basically made a Call of Duty clone.
entry in this landmark franchise.
A landmark franchise that didn't last a year on Xbox console. Make it make sense, everybody, please. I need to know explanations from this. And people will be like, they're easy explanations. It doesn't matter. Who cares? The game sucked. But do you see the fluffer? Do you see the fluff? If this is the man that's leading the charge, he is face down, ass up, clueless. Smile who? Nobody clapped. There's like one dude. It's like the mom of Smilegate. Like, yeah. Who? But do you hear the amount of time and effort it took to bring this legendary game to your console? It didn't even last 1 year on the Xbox. How is that sustainable? It was in Game Pass. It was only on console. It failed horribly. And now they're erasing the campaign. I see just leave it there and let it die, right? The fact that they were moving the entire game with the multiplayer and the campaigns nonetheless, which were developed in conjunction with Remedy, remove the whole thing.
You're my #1 customer.
Veggie with the Seek 65, he goes, Xbox had console exclusives once upon a time, exactly. Because PlayStation had those, Microsoft didn't really understand the concept. They just copied something. Yeah, they went away from it. They tried to make exclusives to be on multi-platforms. That's why this is a rarity. This is a game that's only on console. And if you want to know the sustainability of a game launching in Game Pass console only, not even lasting a year, yes, it's a bad game. Bad games you can't do this with, but there haven't been a lot of examples of this. This is not a good state of mind for the console. This is the only console exclusive. They took a PC game. Thank you so much for the super chat. They took a PC only game and put it on the console in Game Pass, and it didn't even last a year. And I understand it was a bad rated game, but the problem is they're removing it from the store and issuing refunds. Who did we hear doing that? Who did we hear doing that? Google with Stadia. We're sorry, here's the issue to refunds. How? They're removing the whole campaign. The campaign's not online. No content coming. You know, we heard this before. What other game grinders do we hear didn't even last a year? They stopped bringing content for it. It was a game launched in Game Pass, and after not even a year up, they said, we're done making characters for the game. The game's in Game Pass. Game Pass means more people playing this game. It's on PC. It's on Xbox Windows Store. It is on Xbox consoles. It is on cloud. What is it? It's in Game Pass. Bleeding Ass. Bleeding Edge came out, and not even a year later, they shut that down. They said, we're done with Bleeding Edge. That's it. Not the same thing, but now at least they kept it on the store. At least they're keeping it on the store. You can still buy it. They're not issuing refunds, but here you go. Ninja Theory shuts down development on Bleeding Edge. Studio focusing on Hellblade sequel. This was January 2021. The studio now focusing on Senua's Saga, Project Mara, and Insight Project. Dude, nothing. They announced that in 21, 2 years ago. 2 years ago!
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine!
2 years ago, the studio was focusing on projects of Senua's Saga, Project Mara, and the Insight Project. Project my asshole! The game will still be playable. The game didn't even last a year. It was announced at E3 on stage. It launched on March 2020, and in January 21, they say, we done. In Game Pass, we're done. Focusing on these projects for 2 years. We didn't see ass and hole for Senua's Saga. We didn't see dick and balls for Project Mara, and we didn't see ass and tits for Insight Project. We didn't see anything for anything. 2 years. 2 years. We're focusing 2 years. We can't make a character for bleeding ass, but we're focusing on these 3 projects. Project fucking... It's goddamn Project Philness. That's what it is. All of Xbox Studios is Project Philness. It's all bull. And who's calling this out? Who's going, dude, like, where is... Nobody says anything. Nobody says anything. Nobody puts pressure on them to be like, guys, you said this. This is not me. This is not, you came out and said this. You didn't even mention these games at 2 showcases. We're going to E3. We're going to Jeff Keighley's smuggling balls. We're going to all these places. Oh, we're going to be at Gamescom. We're going to be at Tokyo Game Show. We're going to be all these places. He didn't even acknowledge these project games are in existence with a screenshot. We're going to be at the VGAs. No, we're not at the VGAs. Another game just wiped. Another one. I need answers. These games are in Game Pass. Why are they just being flat out canceled? And the craziest thing with Crossfire X is that the campaign is being wiped out. And then you look at the financials and you go like, well, who's making the right decisions and who's not? And I said this, all these years that we're talking about, those projects that they're working on, right? All this stuff that they're working on. Borrow time, dude. They needed to hit and hit right. This is not going on just since the beginning of this generation. This has been on since before this generation. This has been the tail end since 2017. This has been going on at Xbox. First party studios, games not hitting their mark, games just being, we're sorry. And people thought that the new console was going to fix it. And to see, it got worse. It got worse. Whole ass things. Sony coming out here flexing. The CFO of Sony going, PS5 is significantly beating Xbox in sales, says Sony. Sony said, time is up. They said it's over. And you see it. Time's up, dude. Borrow time. Sony PlayStations are in stock. They're coming off of Horizon and God of War, selling 11 million copies of God of War. 11 million in 2 months. And the PS5 selling 7 million in a quarter alone, bringing it up to 34 million in just a month over 2 years. These are the facts. This is what's being shared right now. This is not hyperbole. This is not just pulling shit out my ass like half these rumors and all this other stuff done. This is what's out there right now. This is real. This is what's being reported on. This is it. These are financial numbers. These are statements. These are facts. Games are being removed from the service that's supposed to save gaming. Make it make sense. How is this the future? The sales are not increasing. The service increase is not going down. And you think Redfall is going to bring them back? You think Starfield? If Starfield is a 99 Metacritic game, guess what? It will fly up the Steam sales chart. It's not going to make people buy an Xbox for one game. Nobody. Starfield is not Halo. Halo 1, at least. It's a single player, but your Bethesda fans will buy it. And if they're not doing more or better than No Man's Sky, nobody's going to touch it. All right, if this thing has some incredible story with amazing graphics and amazing visuals, and it does all these things, then it needs to do it. But if it's doing less than No Man's Sky, and that's what we've seen so far, nobody's going to do it. I think No Man's Sky gets a boost in sales because of Starfield. Mark my words. You will see No Man's Sky increase. Nonetheless, I'm going to be playing No Man's Sky in VR too. I'll be telling you that. But No Man's Sky will get a boost in sales because Starfield's not going to deliver on what people want. Because people want, you start at No Man's Sky and you show me more than that. And so far, you get a load screen when you go into a planet. No Man's Sky, you fly in, you fly out, you go right through the atmosphere. And you could do it in VR. Hello? Okay. And random generated planets with life on them. So far, when I saw with them on that planet, that didn't look very lively. And then Todd Howard saying that the planets are mostly empty. There's like two, what do you say? There's like, wait a second. What are there, like three, what's how many cities there are? Here, Starfield has 4 main cities. What are we doing here? This is saving Xbox right here? 4 main cities. Did he say what, 1,000 planets? 4 hubs in 1,000 planets. What's going to be on those planets? Dirt? Dirt? And some trees? 4 main cities. There should be a city on each planet. What are you talking about? 4 main. There should be colonies on each planet. There should be inhabitants on some of the planets. Wouldn't that be wonderful to see some inhabitants or a made-up city? But no, they'll have 4 main cities. Dude, they're riding high on this showcase. 4 main cities, 1,000 planets. This is your savior. And again, this is all we know. Show us, show me, show the Grindhouse, show the people that this is a game that we need to stop everything and play. That's your job. And you're not doing your job. And that's why one's up and one's down. And in a year of Zelda and Spider-Man 2, you missed your shot. Maybe you could have released a banger of a game in between Returnal and Ratchet when that's Sony's supposedly down year. But you missed the boat. And that's coming off of Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, and all that other stuff they launched with. You missed the boat. Hell, they even missed the boat on updating the UI. Thanks to Frogs, I got the beta invite, and the UI is updated. Features added. But the UI is updated with hours, and I'm gonna give my impressions on Monday. But when I load it in there, but they evolved the UI, navigate with the game information and sorting. The Discord stuff is still bootleg. It's like early Xbox stuff because Xbox has it better right now from what I attest. We'll talk about it more on Monday. But They're updating the UI. Xbox hasn't done shit. They updated the UI to look like the Samsung TV. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? But Sony's not stopping, dude. And then they increased their price in Japan. And then another game that went to Game Pass. Another game that's being erased that just came to friggin' Xbox service, dude. Oh, cool, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, drop it in the chat, man. Thank you. Give it to the grinders. And then another game. Back for Ass. Another game that launched in Game Pass, and now it just came out in PlayStation Plus. And that one is being done. We said it before, when that studio that made Evolved, they had some issues. And Back for Blood now is another game where they're just done with it. Now, they're not removing it, but they're just like, we're moving on. We're done with this game. But it was a Game Pass launch title over a year ago. So is Game Pass the graveyard? Because games that have launched in Game Pass, especially the bigger ones, I think some of the indie games maybe have a little bit more staying power and there's less risk and they kind of get the growth that they need. That's why I say Game Pass is great for your indie games, your smaller games. Hi-Fi Rush, and again, that's a first-party game, okay? Like I said before, you know, it's when Sony came out with Stray and Kena and stuff, that wasn't their first party. That was their second-party deals. Their first party was not stopping development in something to make an indie game or a passion project. Their studios are making big-ass games for the big-ass console. When you look at Hi-Fi Rush, it's like, dude, the last game they made was Ghostwire Tokyo. I didn't care for it too much, but it was a AAA game. It was a bigger game than that. And now their next game is this passion project under Microsoft. Like, dude, no. You start making an incredible big-ass game. You don't work on Hi-Fi Rush. You're a first-party studio. Why are you making indie games? And this is the thing that boggles my head. Ninja Theory, you are a first-party studio. You made an indie game bleeding ass. Like, stop with the passion projects. The first party should be delivering big games to take advantage of being first party. I know it was pushed. It was being developed since 2017. And granted, they may have had it on the back burner and they spit shined it and put it on. Microsoft did have nothing to do with it. But my point is, Twisted Sync is like, your first party, when you hear first party studios, you think of like the games that are defining the console, right? A first party studio is making a game defining the console. And it's really strange that Microsoft has their first party making passion projects and indie games. I don't get it. Exactly. People were thinking Tango was working on Evil Within 3. They didn't announce it. But they come up with this. I'm just like, you know, first party shouldn't be dropping indie stuff. If they are, all right, CJ, but the expectation of first party, and come on. Before this, like, see, that's why I don't believe your ass. Because the thing is that before this, what was Microsoft first party dropping? Halo, Gears, and Forza, right? Halo, Gears, and Forza, Titanfall. That was they had a partnership with Titanfall. Fable. Sunset Overdrive. Like, Microsoft was dropping big games. When you saw Microsoft Studios partnered with somebody, they were bringing you a big game. It's just strange that now their first parties are giving out little games. It's fine. Game's a game. But, like, the big games they announced, we haven't seen anything about them. But they could stealth drop an indie game. What's going on here? I don't get it. And what's crazy, they only had 5 studios and we had more games. So explain that to me, CJ. They only had 5 studios. So how did we get all those games? And why they got 30 goddamn studios now and they can't even get release dates out for these games? Explain to me. Explain to me. They have 5 studios. And I just mentioned they partnered and brought all these games. They brought Titanfall. They brought Rise. They brought Sunset Overdrive. Tomb Raider was a timed exclusive. They brought Fable. They had the Gears, the Forza, the Halos. And they brought big exclusive games to the platform as well. They didn't need 30 studios. 30 studios. Oh, AAA takes 5 to 6 years. Well, go tell that to God of War Ragnarok. Horizon Forbidden West. 5 to 6 years. So Halo, it took them 6 years to bring out a broken-ass game. CJ, please explain that to me. I don't even want to waste my Friday afternoon. 6 years. Okay, so 6 years it takes to make games. So tell me what happened to Halo. Between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite was 6 years. Add a year for the delay. 7 years. It takes that long to make a great game. Is that what they're making? Because that's the problem I have with everybody here. They keep telling me the reason why we haven't seen anything from Hellblade is because AAA games take 5 to 6 years to make. And then when it comes out and it's not that size of a game, when Halo comes out and it's not the most ambitious Halo they've ever made, then what have they done with the 6 years? So what's the excuse then? They're not doing good. They're not doing well at all. Look at their financials. Look at what Sony's doing. Bringing great games to a console that people want to play. 11 million sold. They know how to market their games. They know what the gamers want. They know how to present their games. 5 to 6 years to make a game. Do you think that's what Compulsion Games is working on? Because all I hear is like, oh, Compulsion's working on 1 to 3 projects. You think they're all huge games like God of War and Horizon? No. Naughty Dog, Last of Us, you think they're that? Dude, that's what they need. That's why I talk about it. They need that. They need God of Wars. They need Last of Us's. They need Uncharted's. That's what they need to get back. You want Xbox to be back like I want them back? You need those games. You need games on that level to show that Xbox. Phil said it himself. He wants quality. And then he drops a Halo Infinite and fires half the studio. How is that? How? Halo was the biggest franchise for them. And it's done. Kiki Wolfkill gone. Bonnie gone. They're all gone. Joseph Staten, who was supposed to make the story, gone. They're all gone. They got a goddamn battle pass. You want to hear something? The battle pass is supposed to release on March 3rd or 7th or 9th. It wasn't even mentioned on the goddamn developer direct. Halo, the season 3, wasn't even with that. They didn't even give a shit about it. They cared more about Sea of Thieves piece of shit content they housed out for 7 years. But Halo, the biggest franchise that they have, season 3, the year of seasonality, is supposed to launch in less than 30 days. You know what's happening to it? Are you hyped for it? Do you know what's in it? Do you know what the game modes are? It's a new battle pass. Not even mentioned. And then Gears. You saw the news about Gears of War, right? Time's up, dude. Time is up. You heard about Gears, right? They were working on multiple projects. And now they're just going to start working on Gears 6. Well, mind you, Gears 5 came out over 4 years ago. This September will be 4 years for Gears 6, for Gears 5. And now they're shifting focus to Gears 6 now? You say 5 to 6 years. They're going to make Gears 6 in a year? Mr. Developer? It takes 5 to 6 years. Before it used to take 3 or 4 years. Now it's 5 to 6 years to make a game. Well, we're in year 4 of Gears. Yo, what's up, Zuby? So tell me this. Now they're going to work on Gears. Here you go. Rumor, Jeff Grubb says the coalition has canceled smaller non-Gears projects with another project due to layoffs. Due to the layoffs. The layoffs. I recall Brad Sam saying the layoffs are not going to affect Microsoft. No problem, Neil. They're not going to affect Microsoft games. Dude, these layoffs hit hard. They got rid of like tons of 343 and Coalition. And what's crazy is they got rid of they disrupted these studios with these layoffs. They have fully moved to Gears 6. They worked on all these smaller projects. Canceled its smaller non-Gears project with another project due to the layoffs. The studio has fully moved to Gears 6 over the last year. Well, last year, they said that they're moving to Gears 6 and they stopped putting content for Gears 5. So we are technically in year 2 then. And I wonder what Gears 6 would be without Rod Ferguson there. Do you know who replaced Rod Ferguson? I don't. Tusk Studios was making that espionage game. They renamed the studio Coalition for Rod Ferguson coming over to be the studio head to Tusk Studios. They renamed the studio the Coalition because they're the Gears studio and he is the Gears person from Epic that worked on it with Cliffy B. Well, after Gears 5 came out, he left. And now if they buy Activision Bethesda, he'll be there, but he's on Diablo 6. Yo, what's up, Supermod? So what does Gears 6 look like without Rod Ferguson there? Are we going to get the same excuses? Well, that's a Bungie Halo, and that's a 343 Halo. We're not going to see Gears this year. We're not going to see Gears next year. If they started it last year and now they're fully working on it now, dude, let's see. Coalition has 200 people there as of 2015. Let me see if I can find the studio head. Mike Crump. Let's see what Mike Crump's up to. Let's search up Mike Crump. Let's see what he's doing. Mike Crump, he's the new studio head. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Anybody? Did anybody know that in the chat? I didn't know that he took Rod Ferguson's spot. But let's see what Mike Crump is up to. Let's see if he has any insight. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Um, I don't see anything about Gears in his profile, anything on his Twitter timeline at all. With Gears. Working on Gears, doing well, can't wait to have Gears. I don't even see a cog. I just see a bunch of studio tours. Oh, he's with Vonage. GitHub, Vonage. Vonage used to do phones. Why is all this Vonage stuff on his account? Is that an ad? This guy worked for the Coalition or he works for Vonage? This is your head of Gears. Dude, here's his whole timeline. He's packing up his PSVR. Here's a PSVR. The only gaming thing he has is a PSVR timeline. He's winning awards. The MVP award. I don't know. They hand out these awards. Ryan says, does he know he's the head of Gears? Dude, I don't know, man. He seems like he's all down with the Microsoft Vonage relationship. He Twitch streams. Currently streaming Power Hour cybersecurity JavaScript challenges. Well, we're in 2021. He's been studio head since 2020. He's winning awards. Gears 5 is still out there, dude. You could put a screenshot of Gears 5 or something. Dude, this guy seems like he's all up the cloud. And let's see, like, when he became the head of studio. He's doing cybersecurity. Like, this is a guy making games? Mike, yeah, this is him, right? When did he say anything about Gears? Even acknowledging Gears 5. I'm not talking about announcing a new game. He's like their like tech guy. This is what I mean. This is a guy, game developer, dude. He's talking. Oof. I don't know, man. This does not look very entertaining. Look at this. This is his Twitch recap. He's not telling people how to make games. He's telling people how to use cybersecurity. This is your head of, like, this can't be. Is this the same person? When was he appointed to Gears head of Gears? He's the head of the studio, the Coalition, right? Let's click on his name. Developer relations at Vonage. This can't be the same person. Michael Crump. Is this the same person? No, maybe this gotta be the wrong guy. This is the wrong guy. Is this the wrong guy? I don't know what's going on. This guy, I don't know. If there's two Michael Crumps, it's the head of the ass. Dude, I gotta find out now. Head of Gears. If I just scroll down this whole timeline and he's not the freaking head of Gears of the Coalition, dude, I just wasted my freaking like 5 minutes. Head of the Coalition Studios. I want to know what's going on with Gears. Michael Crump. It is the wrong. It's the wrong guy. There are two Crumps. We got two Crumps. Here's the Michael Crump. We got two Crumps. I was like, this guy is his Vonage. Let's get him. I want this guy. I want to see his timeline. I want to see what's going on with Gears. Here's his. There he is. Oh man, oh dude, some guy worked at Vonage. Oh man, the 2 Utes. The 2 Utes. We need to clean up. We need to clean our tongues.
I waited for Halo, and all you gave me was bootleg Joe. Oh, now we sit and wait for comment. Thumbs up.
He did get a PSVR, so he wasn't the gaming. It was just the wrong Crump. We got the wrong Crump here. It's the wrong guy. It's the wrong guy. This is like, it wasn't me. It was the man with the one arm. It wasn't me. You got the wrong guy. 2 Crumps, 1 booty. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, man. I want to see, will the real Michael Crump please stand up? Random dudes. Oh, damn. The competition of the Crumps. Where is he? Does he even have a Twitter? I don't even know if he has a Twitter. Let's see. I'm looking at his thing, his LinkedIn. Zuby, get on this. Does he have a Twitter? Let's see. So here he is. So, he worked at EA before. Uh-oh. But he was there from the beginning of Black Tusk. All right. He's been the head of Coalition for 3 years. 3 years. He's been the head of the Coalition for 3 years. Where is his? Does he have a Twitter? I don't think he has a Twitter. Dude, you don't have a Twitter. I can't find it. Enough wasted time. The real Michael Crump, please stand up, dude. Dude, I don't know how that is totally random. There's some random guy that worked at Microsoft named Michael Crump, and there's another Crump. Holy shit.
Xbox's hands of OSS first development. My name is Matt Booty. Here is your copy order. 2 creams, 1 sugar.
Random ass dude. Dude, we got close. We got close to Crump. As Crump as you can get. We got close to Crump. No Twitter. Yeah, he must be a smart guy if he has no Twitter. I can't find his Twitter on him. Because they didn't even link him when they announced him that he's going to be the new head of studio. Let me see. Crump, head of... He got to have a Twitter. I don't see if there's any tidbits. I want to see what he's working on. You know, I got to have my 2 sources. Got to get in there. Dude, they got a Michael Crump, developer relations. Dude, that's the guy we looked up. Yo, you can't get closer than that, dude. And he had a partnership with Microsoft. And he got a PSVR. Oh, maybe he's the Mike Crump. Is he the Mike? No, that's 1 follower there. Dude, I'm searching for the Crumps. He don't have one. Dude, it's official. I not see announcement. Dude, this is a crazy shit right now. I'm like on a mission here because this is like, dude, he's a radio personality. Dude, there's tons of Mike Crumps. The Crumps. Here it is. Dude, all they got is a link. Yo, this guy is friggin' like incognito. Yo, he is incognito. There's like nothing on him except for his LinkedIn profile. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's nothing on this man. Oh, wait, the Grindhouse found you. We got him. The Grindhouse found him. He found him. Here he is, the head of This Is Him. We met up Mike Crump, Director of Operations for the Coalition, to talk Gears Pop. Oh, shit! No! Gears Pop! Another game that's done! No! Oh, this is not real! This writes itself! Oh, no! Crump, not like this, Crump!
Bringing Gears of War to a mobile platform for the first time. Every Gears Pop character that's in the game went through the exact same design process that Funko's designers used to create the vinyl balls that go into boxes on store shelves. People collect pins inside the game. Each pin represents a Gears Pop character that can be used to build one of your squads. You can mix and match all your characters to kind of build your perfect squad and then send them into battle against each other. So the game is in pre-order now. You can go to either the App Store in iOS or the Google Play Store and pre-register now to download the game when it comes out.
Another one.
Oh, no. No. I should have stopped looking for him. I should have just stopped. I should have just stopped searching for him. Because one thing is, oh, no. No, grind is... I should have stopped searching for Crump. I was like, I should have stopped it. This is when I showed the wrong guy. I should have said, don't look for Crump. Don't look for Crump. The last video he ever did was at E3 hyping up Gears Pop 3 years ago. Oh, god damn. Just play all my music at the same time. I can't. I can't.
Wait, just wait till E3. There will be
god.
Showcase, but I can't say when all our games need help. Bootleg Studios helping with Perfect Dark.
No. I didn't even share it. That's how disgusted I am. Oh!
My name is Mike Crump. I'm the Director of Operations at the Coalition in Vancouver. Personally, I'm a fan of movies, and I'm a fan of airplanes, actually. I'm a big aviation guy. We have a lot of Funko fans and a lot of Funko collectors at the Coalition office, and it was a sort of a natural partnership for us to think about bringing Gears of War to a mobile platform for the first time. Every Gears Pop character that's in the game went through the exact same design process that Funko's designers used to create the vinyl balls that go into boxes on store shelves. People collect pins inside the game. Each pin represents a Gears Pop character that can be used to build one of your squads. You can mix and match all your characters to kind of build your perfect squad and then send them into battle against each other. So the game is in pre-order now. You can go to either the App Store in iOS or the Google Play Store and pre-register now to download the game when it comes out.
No! Oh my goodness, what are we doing here? Somebody has to explain themselves. Phil, explain yourself. Oh. Phil! Help! Explain something. This is not good. Oh no. Explain. Where is the real Michael Crump?
And, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
Phil, we need answers.
Sign me please, I will bend over and touch. Mine is tell me it's better when we all play the make exclusive games and lie. To my face, thank you, Phil.
Grinders. What are we doing here? I should have stopped searching for Crump. Phil is taking on the flute. And borrow time is up. They hired the wrong Crump. The other Crump was doing conventions and working for Vonage. And he was a former Microsoft person. This Crump wanted Gears Pop. Oh no, another game that didn't let the test. They squashed that whole thing. It's gone. Gears Pop is gone. What? I can't be. You know what, guys? The grinders are great. Hit the like button, grinder. Let's get 150 likes here. Listen. Now they're saying they're canceling their physical games. And dude, we are watching the end of times. I said it. It's like, it's not ramping up to compete. This is ramping down to exit. That's why I think once this Grindadamas, the take here is that I really think that once this Activision deal goes through, if it goes through and it gets through and that's what it is, I think it's done. Like, I think they're third party. They go the route of EA. They start scooping up publishers and basically they just turn into like the distributor of games and it becomes a platform. I don't get it. Like, I think that
you're my number one customer.
Once they buy his companies, I think that's their way. I think that's where they're going. I don't see, the slew of games. And I think that's another reason why we haven't seen the games that they're making, like Fable and Perfect Dark. Like, I think they're in hiding because they're waiting to see if this deal goes through and they could pivot again. They might do another round of layoffs and hit their studios. I don't know. They're not showing what the concessions are. They're not. But I don't know. But they say now new articles showing Xbox is discontinuing physical games in South America. That's one of their biggest things. So I said they're on borrowed time. They didn't hit when they were supposed to. And people could say, like, well, that's a lie. But the thing is like, Sony's firing on all cylinders right now. It's going to be hard for them to compete. It's going to be hard for them to even try to stay there. And so
games. I don't know where they are, but I can sign your back right above your crack. Do you have a pen? It's filled inside. I'm waiting. Oh, it's bitch.
like, I don't know. And this is crazy. Like this like games just being erased from their store, like to terminate the service of Crossfire X. Like, it was a campaign. These are some real, like, strange things that are going on with them. Spooky stuff, dude. And I think, you know what, to even try to stay relevant, they're going to announce another console, something like that, to try to stay in there. But I think once this Activision goes through, I think you're going to see the pivot. They're going to change, and they're going to change again or something. They're going to do something because they're really desperate to get this thing going. Twisted Sync with the 2. He goes, interviewed at Sony. Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the bathroom. Yeah, right. Digital is not forever, right, Josh? Exactly. Thank you, Twisted Sync. Digital is not forever. Exactly. They're removing games. The service games are drying up. Even the other one, that dodgeball game, EA is done with that. They're refunding people who bought season passes in that. I'm shocked for Sony. You better check your ass before you start making some games as a service game, Sony. I'll tell you that right now. You better check yourself. Because these games as a service, like what's going to happen is with the more and more closures of these games, right? Of these games as a service, less people are going to invest in these games. And that's what you need. You need people to invest time into these games as a service and buy stuff in there. You're right. Who wrote that? I missed that thing. Somebody was saying about Gear 6. We were talking about the Crumps. Gear 6, it wasn't even announced. So, like, again, it's hot air. Like, we're assuming it's Gear 6, and Jeff Grubb was like, oh, you know, the Gear 6. Yeah, you assume they're working on Gear 6. They're the Coalition. Crossfire X campaign didn't even come to PC either. But it's just like, you know, it's in Game Pass. That's a lot of crump. It goes to Game Pass. Game Pass makes these games better, right? That's what Phil the Flute guy said. More people buy games. We're seeing more people buy games than they would typically buy because of Game Pass. Well, you can't just straight out just scrapping this stuff. I don't get it. I think I've always said there should be a balance. You make some service games, you make some big blockbuster games, and you make indie games. You hit the trifecta. And Sony seems to, and now Sony added to their trifecta PSVR 2, which is the last reason. Time's up. That's what I'm saying. The final death blow to everything. And people could say all they want that PSVR, dude, hear this. I'm going to leave you with, first off, here's another little fact. We were talking about sales earlier. You know, look at the growth. See, they still have not brought over all their PS4 users from here as part of their monthly active users. Look at the breakdown from generations. Look at this. Look at the PS5 users, girl. You can see, and look how it just shot up here. That's what I mean. Time's up, dude. You know, Microsoft with the pandemic had some sort of like they had a little window. And I said before, if cloud and subscription services were going to take off, the pandemic was a global event that would have promoted service, subscription games, and all this stuff. If it didn't thrive and continue from that was an injection of like cloud gaming, subscription gaming. You couldn't find the consoles. So I don't need a console to play the games. That was a global event that could have kickstarted this subscription and cloud stuff. The stars were aligned for Microsoft's vision in 2020. The cloud, the Azure, at home, subscription gaming. You don't have to get the consoles. They're hard to find. The stores are not open. The stars aligned for Microsoft's vision with the COVID pandemic. The stars aligned. If it didn't do it then, it's never going to do it. And that's a fact. If that event was the window of opportunity for Microsoft to demonstrate what cloud gaming could be, what subscription services are, and that they stopped talking about xCloud. They stopped even really pushing Game Pass. Last year, they were not pushing Game Pass as hard as they used to. It's almost going backwards, regression. And even Phil saying Game Pass is kind of dried up on the Xbox. And it's going to grow on PC or other platforms. They're done with the console. They are tapped out. And Crossfire X being a console-only exclusive, they're scrapping the whole entire thing. Why remove it? It's the only console game you had. It sucked. But you had the stars aligned for them, and they didn't do it. And if you look, this is what I was saying. If they were going to make a hit, you make it here, as Sony was slow to get the PS5 out there. Even though they sold pretty quick, their stock issue was an issue, and Microsoft could have got it there. And you know what? Ice Queen Gaming, VIP Grinder, answers it right there. Sony got their games out there over COVID, no problem. And Ice Queen Gaming, thank you. Exactly. Sony got the games that people wanted to play, and people found a way to play them. Microsoft delayed Halo. Didn't have any vision, any other games besides Halo. Where was their lineup? Nothing. And they just let it sit out there and dry. If you remember, when Halo was delayed a year, Microsoft never announced a new release date for Halo. They just said it's delayed. We didn't know until they stealth dropped the multiplayer to the date of when Halo was going to release its campaign in December. We didn't know that until November. They didn't come out in June at E3 or whatever they had to announce a new big release date for Halo. They never did. They snuck Halo out the door. They put it out the back door, Halo. Pause. They put Halo out the back door. That's what they did. They stealth dropped the multiplayer on their 20th anniversary in beta, quote unquote beta, with the same amount of maps that was going to be at launch. They called it a beta. And then they said, oh, the campaign is coming December 8th. They waited until the last minute to announce Halo. It was not a big event. It was not a huge release date. It was nothing. It was snuck out the back door. Their biggest franchise. In this window of opportunity right here. And Sony was delivering. Same thing with Starfield. Delayed indefinitely. We have no clue when it is. You should announce these dates a few months ahead so you could build up hype for it. They didn't. They stealth dropped it. And I think Starfield's going to be the same. I think Starfield's going to get shown and be like, hey, here it is. Next month is coming. Or in 2 months. Who the hell knows? I don't know. That's on them. All I know is what we've seen is not enough to get anybody hyped for the game. But this is the borrowed time. And now you waited until Sony is in full stride now. They got their Horizon out the door. They were in full stride at launch. But you could say, hey, the year of Returnal and Ratchet may have been one of the lower years for them, which I don't think so. And Death Stranding Remastered, that's a pretty, that's like Sony's B team making Ragnarok. But now they got the big guns out there, and God of War being the first pillar. Horizon out there, an incredibly graphically impressive game that shows the competition, that shows the platform. God of War, and now Spider-Man being the only next-gen game. Spider-Man only being on PS5. What do you think is going to happen to this number? So you got to remember, God of War was on PS4. Horizon was on PS4. So those people that didn't want to run out and go grab a PlayStation around this quarter, they didn't have to if they had a PS4. Now, the PS5 games are coming. The PSVR 2 that only works on PS5. So two huge device, and Wolverine will be that. That's right. Now the big games only on PS5 are coming. They're kind of done with the cross-gen stuff. Now the only PS5 games. So this number is going to flip-flop right now. That's what I said. Time's up. The wrath of PlayStation is upon you. And you may not care, but if you believe that Xbox is going to come back, because that's who's left on Twitter. Those Xbox cheerleaders, the last people, the people that really do care, think that Xbox is going to hit some sort of glory days of the 360. That's why they do the slow clap every time Sony has a $10 price increase. Boo-hoo. But they're quiet when Microsoft does it because they want to highlight. They want that. I always said it. And you go back to my other video. They want that E3 moment where Sony said, we're not doing used games. We're not doing check-ins. And our price of our console is $400. And Microsoft was $5, and that E3 changed everything. Years of 360 trying to compete. That E3 and that messaging from Microsoft, the messaging, it was not the games of the Xbox One. The messaging, the check-ins, all that they got, again, they talk too much. They should just show the games and shut up. Don't even show the TV stuff and Connect. Just show the games that you had, because they had great games at the Xbox One launch. But that E3 where Sony did how you share games, how you do this, and it capitalized on something that Microsoft created, changed everything overnight. I'm getting a PlayStation. Xbox is whack. Done. They want that moment so bad. They want it back. They want it back so bad. They want that Twitter. They want that conference. That's why they want E3 to happen, because they think E3, Microsoft will make that announcement that tells everybody on PlayStation, get an Xbox. It's a flush. It is done, dude. That is what they want. In their heart of hearts, that's what they want. And that's what we could want. We want that moment where Microsoft says, now it's time. No. Yes. I saw that commercial. But that's what they want. And the problem is for those believing that day will come, the time's up. And competing, they're not going to. One game is not going to do it. And Toolman, I'm happy that I decided not to buy a 1X and use that money and buy a PlayStation 4 Pro, because I got to play games and see what better was. And again, you see the line.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
That's the thing. I'm going to tell you, and I've said this a couple of times on these shows, honestly, emotionally, it is sad, Zuby. I agree. I don't know how people could still, and I think it has to do with connections and all. There's a lot of politics involved, I'm sure, on the Xbox side. Xbox ambassadors, quote unquote. Who the hell knows? But the thing is that when I played those games on PlayStation, I felt some sort of way because I was a diehard Xbox fan. And I was mad at myself for doubting and knocking PlayStation stuff because I preferred Xbox. I wanted my ecosystem. Xbox was great in the 360, and I'm like, I don't need a PlayStation. And I got it eventually to play a couple of games, but the online, the features weren't there and stuff like that. But the games, I was like, these games do look polished. But again, the UI and the experience was not good on the PlayStation 3. When I heard that PlayStation 4 is trash and all this other stuff from all the podcasts and stuff, then when I experienced it for myself, I was like, and I told you, the part in Uncharted 4, in the mud, dragging on the car, hanging on that thing, that mission, I stood up and goddamn clapped at the game. And I seriously looked at my Xbox and I was like, you would never, ever give me that experience. Good night, yeah, boy. See you, man. Shares portion. That's right. But that's, that was the thing, man. And I was like, I deprived myself. I chose not to play these games because I was listening to the propaganda of Xbox, going like, it's still great, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, it's still great. And then I finally broke away and tried something and try it, and I was like, and then it didn't end. It didn't end, dude. That's why I don't understand how a lot of these Xbox guys have a PlayStation and they could legit go play God of War and play Horizon and go play Death Stranding and go play Spider-Man and play those games. And I don't understand how they then turn off their PlayStation and go back to their Xbox and think that's acceptable. I don't understand that. Because once you've done that, you know what I'm like, how is this company providing this on the hardware that costs the same amount of money that I'm paying for this hardware, and this hardware is giving me okie dokie stuff, and this hardware is giving me games that demonstrate and that do the 3D audio, do the DualSense, and play those stuff. I don't understand. I don't get that. If you are a gamer, you see the dichotomy between the two platforms. And if you visually can't see it, well, guess what? I got some numbers for you to show you where the dichotomy is. That's right. I did. Days Gone too. Tried it out. I'm playing it. I liked the Days Gone a lot. And maybe it's the time and point of my gaming career like that I do this, but I spend my hard-earned money on hardware, and I want to see the best that it has to offer. That's the thing. And when I see people on the internet telling me it's better now, cheap ass gaming, I'm just like, how are you in this hobby? Who spends $500 on a machine and then goes on caps for indie games or goes on and caps for the S? That's the lowest performing console. When you said we will not be beat 900p versus 1080p, you said that's why Xbox One lost because of the resolution battle. Then you go buy an X and then you say the S is great. You shouldn't want the S to exist because the S should be a reminder of why you lost last gen, why you didn't sell the Xbox last gen, because it was 900p, the power differential, remember? So I don't understand how the Series S is celebrated by the same people that said the power was the reason the Xbox didn't sell last generation. It makes no sense. That Series S should be a reminder, and it shouldn't exist because it should be a reminder of weak console, a console that shouldn't be there. You should want the X to be the best, the most powerful machine, because that's all you talked about when it was Project Scarlet. Head to head with the PS5. My best versus your best. Not my best versus your third string. And that's what it is. And that's why, because they want that moment. They think any way to try to get one up on Sony, it doesn't matter. Because it comes down to the big games. Show me when Xbox sold 11 million of Halo. Think Halo Infinite sold 11 million? Oh, they said 250,000 people were playing Halo. Did that amount to 11 million in sales? No. It dropped off right off the face of the earth. And here's your data right here. Who's making better gaming decisions for the gamer? Not for Microsoft, the company. Not for Satya's pockets. For the gamer. Who's making the better decisions? Who's giving people what they want? Money talks, right? And bullshit walks. Well, enough of me. Let the money do the talking. And now, you see this? You see these Xbox numbers? If this continues to be like this and down and down and down and down, and maybe goes up a negative to 5 or something like that when Starfield comes out, it's hurting Satya's pockets. And when it hurts Satya's pockets, heads are going to roll and asses are going to fly. It's coming. Because now it's hitting where it hurts. Now Xbox is a loss and it's bringing the entire division down. And if it continues to do this, well, I got some bad news for you. And a pleasure. We'll leave you on a nice, fun note. Listen,
you guys,
these are VR guys. These are fans of the tech of VR. Let's hear their impressions of the PSVR 2 as we close on this
we're
Friday.
so lucky to try the PSVR 2.
It is the best VR I've done this year.
Oh no.
Hands down. This was one of the only demos I got done with it. And I'm like, I'm going to try and make another appointment to go see if I can play this again. Because Call of the Mountain was that, and it was that good. I'm like, as soon as I did it, I'm like, I'm going to do it again. It's a complete package for me. It's the headset itself. It's the haptics and the controllers. Probably the best looking VR game I've ever seen. The draw distances in this game were huge, and I was like
wow.
a little kid for hours after the demo. Like everybody's just like, Mesh, just shut up about the PlayStation VR 2 thing. But I couldn't. I've done some of the best things that you could do. I've had $10,000 headsets on, but it's the hardware and the software together that gets me so excited that I can't wait for PSVR 2. And this,
you hear that? He's had $2,000 headsets on his head. Pause. And he's so excited about PSVR 2. And what is it? It's what we're saying all the time. And actually, it's a microcosm of exactly what the PS5 is doing. The PS5 is doing software and hardware together. Xbox is the $20,000, $2,000 headset that doesn't have the software to demonstrate why it's $2,000. But I just wanted to pause there because that's the point. It's the hardware and the software. No, it's not Crump.
That I can't wait for PSVR 2.
And this isn't the first time I've used this either. This is my second time. I tried a PSVR 2 a month and a half ago, but then the game started and I was like this. This was, Half-Life Alyx. This was, I don't even know if there's anything else that you could even compare this to. It was gorgeous. Horizon Call of the Mountain was it was maybe the most jaw-dropping game I've ever played.
Oh my goodness. You guys really...
Fidelity and graphics-wise.
The beautiful thing is, I trust you guys. You are the trusted people, and you guys are so excited about it.
I truly believe the PlayStation VR 2 is going to pull millions of people into VR. There are already millions of people, thanks to the Quest and the PlayStation VR 1. I think all of those people plus millions are going to be jumping into the PlayStation VR 2.
We've been talking about the hardware. We really haven't even touched on the software. Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, Switchback, Firewall Ultra. There's incredible stuff coming, and there's a ton that we probably haven't heard of yet.
I've got the Quest Pro, brand new $1,500 headset, should be amazing, and my behavior didn't really change. I just now have an improved Quest 2 experience. But I think the PlayStation VR is going to change my behavior. It's going to change my routine. I can't wait to just be excited, literally excited, to put a headset on again.
Do you hear a similarity? Because I hear this and I'm hyped for VR too, man. I'm ready. But do you hear what he said? Because it seems so analogous to what Microsoft is experiencing with their console. Because you hear about it. He has the $1,500, the best Quest, but it's just Quest enhanced. It's not changing the way he experiences games. Whereas when you see the PS5 games, with the DualSense, the games, the way they look, or what they're doing, how they're taking advantage of the hardware, it changes the next generation of gaming, where Xbox was doing a lot of just play the same old games better. And that's exactly what how he says it, because I see the same thing in the console space.
Now have an improved Quest 2 experience.
See,
my behavior didn't really change.
Exactly. You're just playing the same old games better.
There's incredible stuff coming, and there's a ton that we probably haven't heard of yet.
I've got the Quest Pro, brand new $1,500 headset, should be amazing, and my behavior didn't really change. I just now have an improved Quest 2 experience. But I think the PlayStation VR is going to change my behavior. It's going to change my routine. I can't wait to just be excited, literally excited, to put a headset on again.
Can't wait, dude. Did somebody say what?
Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy?
Gamers are excited. VR enthusiasts are excited for VR 2, PSVR 2. I can't wait. And it comes out in a few weeks. We're going to be having this tech in our houses in a few weeks. Grindhouse, you come to this channel, we're going to blow it up. I'm getting it. The grinders, you coming with me. We're streaming it. We're playing. We're going streaking in the streets. New tech, new technology, new games, exciting stuff. That's what this is about. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to go out there and go, it's too expensive. Not enough. No, I'd rather take a free game and pass it. Get the hell out of there. I'll do an unboxing. I'm doing we're doing a streaming. I'm getting all the friggin' games. I'm getting all those friggin' VR games. I got the bundle coming. And I'll do an unboxing just like I did the PS5. I did a PS5 unboxing. I unboxed the controller. Dude, I'm getting them all. I'm getting all the games. All the games that worth. I'm not going to go buy some VR trash that gets me nauseous. Now, I'm not doing that far. But there you pillow. Only on PS5. And this is the thing. People like saying, you see that bootleg ass article trying to say about half the subscriptions and stuff. Let me tell you something. VR has to be used to be experienced. Looking at it on a screen, watching somebody stand there shaking their ass, that's not going to sell it. Unless there's somebody nice shaking their ass. But that's not going to sell the games. What's going to sell it is the use cases. You go over your friend's house, they have it. If they have it in the store, which I'm telling you, that's how I got a PSVR, because I had a Vive. And I was done with, I was like, the Vive is great. I'm using the Vive. You know, the PSVR doesn't have the room scale. But I tried the PSVR at Best Buy. The guy was doing demos. I was like, you know what? Let me try this game out. Right? Let me try this game out. And I put the VR. I was like, wow, this is really comfortable. And I was like, oh, this screen is not as bad as I know it's lower resolution. They made such a big deal about it, but the screen is actually not that bad. The movement's not that bad, but it's comfortable. And as soon as I found that comfort, when I came again, I tried something, and maybe it's not super better technical wise, but it was better ergonomically and it had games to it. Where the Vive was more of tech demos. I was doing fun things, but I wanted some games. I wanted a game experience. And there wasn't a lot of games at the time for the Vive. The tech was there. There was a lot of demos and tech things. But the PlayStation actually had some games that worked. And when I tried the PSVR, I was like, wow, this is comfortable. So when I went back and put the Vive on, I was like, oh man, this like hurts my face. You get fogged up, like the lenses fog up because of the way it's like a ski goggles or like goggles that you wear in the pool. It seals in any breathing. Your nose, when you're breathing up, the moisture will actually fog the lenses. I had to buy anti-fogger. I had to do that for the Vive. The PSVR never fogged up because it wasn't like that. It was a visor that you just moved the screen closer to your head and you basically turned the dial that was wrapped around the back of your skull. And the pressure wasn't on your face. It was on the back of your head. And you felt much better moving your head around and stuff, because try to strap a thing to the front of your face and move your head around. You're going to feel that inertia of the object in front of your face, especially when they're heavy. Yes, that's right, Veggie. I did get moist. Oh, damn. Drip, drip, everybody.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. Another one.
Drip, drip. Veggie with the dirty dirt. Got all moist. But I'm telling you, man, I'm hyped, man. I'm ready for this stuff. Bring it on. Holy Jesus.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, you guys
Holy
are nasty.
Spirit,
Just
activate.
wait.
Oh, no. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Oh, damn. Squirt.
Activate.
But yes. Oh my God, GT7 online, switchback, man. I know I got delayed a few weeks, but man, that was fun. Jump scares and stuff like that, man. You on a roller coaster, so you get that roller coaster effect while you're sitting there, and you get the roller coaster thing. But not only that, but you're on a ride and you're shooting these things that could kill you. It's crazy. I know, right? But yeah, Craig says that. Craig the tech guy. Shout out to him, man. Yeah, he does all the, you get him moist. You get him. I think it's always funny. That's his line. I think it's great. But yeah, like I'm telling you, dude, I'm hyped for the VR. But again, that's the second thing. Like I said, Microsoft has waited so long to try to even get an ounce of games out the door. And they just let Sony just continue to, and Sony is not like when they've been quiet. But Sony's just been like Silent Hill, like they've just been dropping stuff, and now the big stuff. They were dropping stuff to just keep going. Now the big stuff's coming. Like you can't wait to Spider-Man 2 to say, well, what? You can't wait for Spider-Man 2, and all of a sudden Microsoft's like, you can't. 4th or 5th, he said. You can't. You can't. You can't wait to Spider-Man in VR and God. You can't wait. Time's up. Thank you, Grinders. It was an awesome Friday, Grinds. We went over the time. I don't care. I had a great time with the chat. The Grinders. Hit that like button. We hit over 150 check marks. Jesus. Thumbs ups. Holy Jesus. Yo. Hit that like button, share it out, Grinders. Thank you. Check out the video, The Gaming Grindhouse from Monday. It was a fire show. And then this Monday, we'll go over... Oh, I don't know, man. They seem to drop news on Mondays that just grind my gears to get on the ready for the show. But hit that like on your way out. Tip the way it is at the Grinds Gaming Bite. And Monday we'll talk about the PlayStation 5 beta and some other things. We'll see what comes up then. But anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy. Share it out. Like it. Subscribe if you're new. And we are out. Hit me with the song, Phil.
Oh, and second us too. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes in Hades, and they're all